like nobody's there. And I love that your Sunday's best is a holy pair of jeans. And I don't stand a chance when you smile. Yeah, the longer that we're together, the good keeps on getting better. I never thought that I would ever find someone like you. And every day you show me I can, just when I think that I can't love you any more than I do. I do. You change your hair color every week, 'cause you're never quite sure of it. And I know when you're mad at me, 'cause you tell me what I did. And all I think is beautiful when I think of you. And I still can't believe that you're mine. Yeah, the longer that we're together, the good keeps on getting better. I never thought that I would ever find someone like you. And every day you show me I can, just when I think that I can't love you any more than I do. I do. I do. All I see is beautiful when I look at you. Yeah, the longer that we're together, the good keeps on getting better. I never thought that I would ever find someone like you. And every day you show me I can, just when I think that I can't love you any more than I do. I can't love you any more than I do. I do. I do.
So I have a toast. Everybody. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming tonight. I would like to especially welcome Matt's family and friends to Michigan. It means a lot to all of us that you traveled here for this special night. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Chelsea's sister, Erin. There are three of us, siblings, myself, Chelsea, and our brother, Rob. There's quite a significant age gap between the three of us. In fact, we're all just about 7 years apart, with Rob being in the middle of Chelsea and I. Growing up as kids, the three of us were very well behaved. We were polite. No, we were. We got good grades in school. We helped around the house. We weren't complete angels, but nobody needed bail money, you know. As little children, we were very good, and we were pretty good as teens. I don't think our parents can complain too much about that. So we generally are rule followers. But once upon a time, when Chelsea and I were both single girls, she declared a rule of dating for the two of us. Seeing that she and I are 14 years apart, and that our brother was right in the middle of us, she decided that I couldn't date anyone younger than him, and that she wouldn't date anyone older than him. So it was called the Buffer Rob rule. And our mom, she was single at the time as well, and she asked us where she fell into the Buffer Rob rule, and my sister immediately banned her from the game. So, Chelsea has broken the rule, the Buffer Rob rule, with Matt. But that's okay with me. When it comes to love, there really are no rules. I can see why Chelsea disregarded our Buffer Rob rule when she met Matt. I am happy she broke the silly rule. and I am honored to have you as my brother-in-law. Welcome to our family, Matt. I'm incredibly excited for you two, and I wish you a lifetime of adventures, happiness, and love. To Chelsea and Matt, cheers!
Yay!
I'd also like to invite the best man up here.
I don't have a lot to say, so this will be real quick. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? There we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt, or Colkin, or C, or a handful of other names. Call me whatever you want. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you beautiful people in Higbee. I would first like to thank Chelsea's wonderful family for hosting this beautiful, beautiful event at this farm. This is like life goals, definitely. But what an awesome party. Very kind of you to hold this lovely thing we had called a wedding here tonight. Chelsea, you look beautiful. And it is a crazy reality that you're actually marrying my best friend. It's unreal. You're actually doing this. And to that, cheers. Chelsea, you know, with this group of friends, when you marry one of us, you kind of marry all of us. So you're kind of stuck with all of us. So for that, I apologize. So for pretty much the rest of your life, every birthday, every vacation, every trip, it's not going to be just you, it's going to be all of us. So for that, I apologize now. And it's not going to be easy. I would also like to remind you how lucky you are to get the in-laws that you get, Mr. and Mrs. Higbee. Can we get a round of applause for them? Chip and Jenny are arguably the most beautiful, the friendliest, the loveliest, the kindest, the most gentle people you will ever meet in your entire life. But somehow they kind of missed it with Matt. So, nobody's perfect. Higgs, you and I grew up together, went to school together, we played sports together, we got in trouble together, a lot of trouble together. We laughed, we cried, we did everything together. I'm not gonna lie, of all the stupid things that we've ever done together, I could do it all night long, but unfortunately I go back to Jersey tomorrow, so we're just gonna cut that one short. And so, I could do it all night, but I'm gonna stick with two very simple things I want you to remember for the rest of my speech here tonight. Two very important things to remember. Number one, Matt was always a shitty employee. And number two, never listen to Colkin. If you two can remember that, we're good for the entire night. So, keep that in mind. After college, Matt had a bunch of jobs. He'd get a job, it wouldn't work out. He'd get a job, it wouldn't work out. He even got hired with like Enterprise Rent-A-Car Company and got fired because he kept hitting the parked cars, trying to park them. So nothing was working out for him. So after a while, his dad was in the Navy, his cousin Bill was in the Coast Guard. So he started talking to me about going to the Coast Guard. Started asking me my opinion on it. And of course I was like, absolutely not, that's stupid, you're stupid, don't do that. Because I'm selfish and you should never listen to me. So after a couple more years, he finally signed up, got accepted, and joined the Coast Guard.
Through most of high school, we went off to college together at Michigan State, believe it or not, deciding completely separate of one another that that's where we belonged. We lived on opposite sides of campus and graduated in separate ceremonies, and now moved to live on completely opposite coasts. And though it may look like we've done everything we can to run away from each other, I can promise you, and I think Chelsea would agree, that there's no one, regardless of distance, I've ever been closer to. In fact, in high school, I think in an attempt to be closer than we already were, on more than one occasion, we dated best friends. Although Chelsea and I are both self-proclaimed daddy's girls, we have deceived them both in high school and took pride in it. In fact, we, in one example I can remember, actually had them lie to each other without knowing it. I'm sorry, guys. And all that being said, note here, if you see our dads and husbands together at any point tonight, please break them up because we don't need them sharing secrets. But through all the growing up we did, together and separately, we never grew apart. We've shared in each other's highest highs and lowest lows. There are things I would never share with another soul that I share with Chelsea. And in this moment, right now, I'm more honored than ever to share this day with her and Matt. Oh, Matt. When Chelsea moved to Seattle, and I had been in Philly just over 2 years, I remember her and I talking through the mixed emotions of making a move that big. Chelsea wanted, most of all, to get out and explore her new city, meet people, and start a new chapter. So like any good-looking 20-something, she got out there and got on Tinder. And I'm so grateful she did because it made her Matthew's real-life Tinderella. And he's the perfect guy for us. Yes, Matthew, us. You're very lucky to get us both in this exchange, and as my dad would say, there are no returns or exchanges. I knew that if Chelsea would ever ask me to jump, I would always say how high. I know she'd do the same for me. She is one of the kindest hearts. She has the most genuine love for her people. And her contagious laughter can brighten any room. You're the luckiest man in this room tonight, Matt. This part's not sentimental, I don't know how to comment. Because I remember being skeptical of you. Like, why am I crying about that, right? Because above all else, I'll protect Chelsea's heart as best as I can. And I hadn't met you. And all I knew is that you were from New Jersey. And nothing good comes from New Jersey. Oh, tough crowd. Hey, guys. But you were sweeping my girl off her feet. I was excited for her and cautious all at the same time. And I first met Matt when he was asleep in our guest room back in June when we were getting ready to drive from Philly to Michigan for the wedding shower. And our first impression of each other was me at 4 a.m. opening the door and announcing, "Housekeeping, I love your pillow." You're welcome. Matt was then trapped in a car for 12 hours with me and Chelsea and my husband. And when we got here to drop him and Chelsea off, he didn't open the door to tuck and roll. So I thought, he's a keeper. This is the last story, I promise. A couple weeks ago, Chelsea texted me and said, "Can you please just order me a rehearsal dinner dress? I can't decide, do not even ask my opinion, please just pick one and have it shipped to my dad's house." And I thought, done, I live for this. Shopping with someone else's money, consider it taken care of. 2 hours and 16 tabs open on my computer later, I'm completely anxious and can't decide. There was way too much on the line. So with Chelsea refusing to give her opinion, because there's several things we have in common, and one of them is being exponentially stubborn, she said text Matt and let him decide. So I told Matt, here, I'll send my top 3 and you pick. Well, 3 turned into 5. And he said, I wondered when the pictures would end. You're indecisive, just like my fiance. I smiled to myself on my couch in my living room and thought, he's catching on. I couldn't have handcrafted a better man to take care of my girl. Matthew and Chelsea, I know that you'll have so many adventures. And I promise I had no idea that your ceremony was going to be about adventure. And they'll bring you ups and downs, celebrations and heartbreak. And I just want to say, hold on so tight to each other. Whether you're screaming and yelling or hugging and kissing, remember every day the beauty in having a partner to share all of life's moments with, and that you always have this group of loving people in your corner, loving your love. To Matt and Chelsea.